After winning $800,000, the first thing I did was rush to the hospital to pay for my daughter's surgery and treatment. Then, out of nowhere, a colleague called. There's an extremely urgent situation at the company. You need to come back and handle it right now. My husband took the bank card from my hand and with thoughtful understanding said, tell me the PIN. I'll go pay for Alicia's surgery. You head back to the company and focus on work. In my past life, I trusted him without hesitation and hurried back to the office. Before my daughter could even make it into surgery, I received a police summons instead. It turned out my husband had conspired with my colleague to file a report against me, pinning the crime of embezzling company funds, money my colleague had actually stolen, on me. With no money for treatment, my daughter died in the hospital. My parents, shattered by grief, suffered heart attacks and passed away. I ended my own life in prison, consumed by bitterness and regret. After death, my soul drifted to where my husband was vacationing abroad. I heard him say to my colleague with my own ears, that stupid woman wins such a huge jackpot and only knows how to waste it on that worthless daughter's medical bills, dragging me into a life of hardship. Now their whole family's deaths have bought us endless wealth and luxury. Consider it that idiot woman's compensation to me. Ha 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 ha. When I opened my eyes again, I had returned to the very moment my husband took the bank card from my hand. This time, I still told him the transfer PIN. Honey, I'll pay the hospital bill. Hurry back to the company. Don't let work be delayed. My husband, Russell Scholl, clutched the bank card loaded with $800,000, his words gentle and considerate. Yet, his eyes glinted with the thrill of a scheme already in motion. I tightened my grip on his hand and said with deliberate weight, then I'll leave the hospital bill to you, dear. This is our daughter's life-saving money. Make sure you don't transfer it to the wrong account. After all, in my last life, Russell hadn't sent the money to the hospital at all. He had transferred it to another account, one Kristen had arranged. A flicker of unease crossed his eyes. He replied guiltily, don't worry, I wouldn't be that careless. I smiled. Good. Then I turned and walked away, the smile vanishing from my face the moment my back was to him. As soon as I left the hospital, I dialed the police with a cold laugh. Officer, I'd like to report a case. Just 2 minutes ago I was scammed. $800,000 was transferred out of my account. Please help me track where the money went. $800,000? The officer on the other end immediately grew serious upon hearing the amount and opened a case on the spot. The transfer was very recent. It's fortunate you reported it in time. We'll do everything we can to recover the funds. If you learn anything, be sure to inform us immediately. I spoke with urgency. Yes. That money is meant for my daughter's surgery and treatment. Thank you for your help. After hanging up, a slow smile spread across my face. I wasn't worried about recovering the money at all. Before long, it would be transferred right back into my account. This had been Russell and Kristen's method of framing me in my previous life. But in this life, I would show them what it meant to be outsmarted by their own cleverness. My phone began ringing insistently. The caller ID showed Kristen. I deliberately didn't answer. I didn't need to think to know what the call was about. Kristen was surely urging me to return to the company so I could walk straight into the trap they had prepared. I let out a cold laugh and hailed a cab. Instead of going to the company, I headed straight for the lottery center. Hello, I'm the winner of the $800,000 prize from this morning. I'd like to have a notarized certification of my winnings, please. In my previous life, I had been so anxious to pay for my daughter's surgery that I never got around to having the prize money notarized. In this life, I would never again give Russell or Kristen even the slightest opening. My phone rang once more. It was Kristen again. With a swipe of my finger, I answered. Melissa, why haven't you come back to the office yet? Do you have any idea what's happened to the company? Anyway, this has something to do with you. The general manager wants you back immediately. Her voice sounded urgent, but she deliberately avoided explaining what had actually happened.